Hi, friends. Welcome back to another episode of Real Housewives of Moto. This is episode 11. We're dedicating this one to the incomparable Kyle Chisholm. Chiz. We're big Chisholm fans over here. Katie, how's it going?
Hi, Aly. Good. How are you?
Good. You had a fun weekend. You guys had some celebrations while you were watching Moto at the same time. You're diehard. What were you guys doing?
Well, the secret's out. We did my dad's 50th surprise retirement party, and all week I was battling him to not go to Hangtown because he loves to go to Hangtown.
Oh, I love that.
So he called all of her friends, "Hey, let's go to Hangtown." And everyone was coming to the party, so they kept saying like they're busy.
They
he called me
excuses.
like, "Let's just go to Hangtown." I'm like, "No, it's gonna be 102. Like, no thanks." But yeah, so that was fun, hiding that all week. But Saturday we had my daughter's, she had another birthday party to go to. So my husband and I watched Moto 1 at the park on our phones. And then we watched some in the car. And then I watched the rest at home. They had somewhere else to go. So I was like, I'm just going to stay back. I have to get things done for my dad's party. I'm just going to kind of have a quiet afternoon at home. So I was able to stay in one place for the 3 other motos and just kind of watched it by myself. But it was so exciting, as you guys can probably guess why. But yeah.
Yeah, why? Why was it so exciting? Well, one moto was, one was not.
Yeah. I mean, that was the definition of the highs and lows.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, we will get to Eli.
Yeah, we can't jump ahead.
No, we can't. But I will say, from the jump, I'm so glad that the 22-0 discussion is off the table. Like, I'm so glad we don't have to hear it. Like, we love Jet. We love Jet. What he's doing is insane. But I'm so glad we don't have to hear 22-0 for like anymore.
Yeah, that was my first thought. Well, what's funny is I tweeted something very like, I said, like, all the undefeated talk, all the people the undefeated talk, you guys can go suck it. Like, I was trying to make a Hayden Deegan reference, and I was like, no, that sounds mean. I'm going to take it off. Like, I just can't be nasty on the internet. It's not in me. So I had it up for like 3 minutes and then took it down.
I love that. You're like, I'm too sweet. I'm too sweet. I can't do it. But, you know, we were talking before we hit record, and like, we're both just kind of feeling like, 1, exhausted because mom life and summer, and 2, just kind of like, deflated from the weekend, the race. It was hot. There's a lot of drama going on in the moto media world, you know, so it just, I don't know. It just feels like meh. So we're going to try to have some uppers, but yeah, being mean on the internet is for dorks. Not the kind of dorks that Joey Savacci would comment on, but other kind of dorks. So love that you texted me that Derek hadn't watched Moto 2 yet and he was going to watch it. And
oh my gosh, yes.
Didn't know it was coming.
Yeah, because he came back from where they went way later, and I was just like, you gonna watch the race? Like, I already had it forward. I fast forward it for him so we can just press play. And I'm like, are you sure you want to watch 250s? I was like, I don't know about
skip
but
it.
I took a nap. Like, I was kind of hinting like it's boring. We know who wins. I'm like, can we just watch 450s? So he kind of just skimmed, and he was so excited for Eli, and he loves AP too. So it was kind of like we're torn. Yeah. You know?
Yeah. No, I feel you. I feel like the 250s. I mean, there was a few things in the 250s, like, you know, Lance Kobush leading for like 2 laps.
Yeah,
oh my gosh.
that was exciting. That was probably the highlight. That was the highlight of the 250s this weekend.
I was so scared for him. For so many reasons. Like, this is my mama heart. Like, I'm like, 1, kid's going to blow up. Like, he is like literally blow up. Like, I mean, he's never led before. I shouldn't say never. I apologize to Lance Kobush camp. If you have led multiple laps and I'm not aware of it, I apologize. But I'm like, it's hot. He's up against Hayden. He's sprinting like crazy. I was like, this kid's going to die. So I was nervous. But then like the hand motion, and then Hayden gave him the hand. I'm like, I've tried to zoom in, and then Hayden reposted it. And I'm like, is it a thumbs up? Is it a number 1? It's not a middle finger. So we know it's not that. But
could you imagine?
The internet would explode. They'd love it for one thing, but just kind of boring. I mean, Hymas got the whole shot in Moto 1, and I was excited about that. And then like 2 minutes later, he was off the track. There's that one corner where everybody was going off the track. Like, it was like a turn, and then the fence was a corner, and there was kind of like some dead space there. I feel like everybody was off there. It was weird. Did you notice that?
I did, and they brought it up a few times. Like, I think Eli went off there a few times from what Wygant was saying. So, yeah, it must have been like a cheater line or something.
No, I feel like the one I was talking about is like they did not want to be off there. Like it wasn't cutting the track. It was like they were bringing too much momentum into a turn and they were off the track like too far.
Oh.
But there was a cheater line. I remember because somebody had said that they were like somebody else had done it in the 450s. We shouldn't say cheater line, but you know what we're talking about. So, other notable things in the 250s. I mean, like, what else was going on? Like, what was there anything else going on? I think Michael Mosman had a good run. He was charging there at the end in Moto 2. I was excited about that. So that was a
What's
good one.
funny about him is now when I see him, I was behind him in line at the airport for Arlington. Yeah, like they were right in front of me, and he had his mom and his girlfriend, and there was a handful of people that went up to him. So, and he was so nice to them. So I like homeschool.
I like homeschool too. I married a homeschool. Well, halfway homeschooled. My husband he was homeschooled until like middle school, but there's something sweet about them. So,
but also a lot of these writers were homeschooled too. So I don't know why they call him out all the time.
Well, I think it's pretty evident in some of these guys like podium interviews. Like it's okay, it's okay. You ride a dirt bike, and 99% of them are like super attractive. So you know what? It's okay that you.
Yeah, we'll let them pass.
Maybe words are hard sometimes. It's okay. It's so funny. Other than that, I'm Mikkel Harup, the Denmark. What are you if you're from Denmark? A Dane? Is that it? Are you a Dane if you're from Denmark?
I think
no. Dutch is the Netherlands.
Oh,
I don't know. Okay, so he's from Denmark. He is a person of Denmark. I think it's Danes. I would bet my life on that, but our internet's too crappy for me to try to pull up another web browser right now. I had posted, he shares like these really cool graphics in his brand of like when the race is in his time zone, like in Denmark time zone and Europe, and like when to watch it and how to watch it. And then in his own branding, his logo. And I thought his logo was like really cool. I think some of the riders that have their own logo, their own brand, like do it really well. I think Hunter's 96, the way that they like draw into each other, I think that's really cool. So I was like, oh, that's a cool new logo. I'm sure it's not new, but it's new to us, because he's in the States. So that was fun. He went 15-16 for 15th overall. So I'm sure Triumph is happy with that. I think he bested Jordan by 4 spots. Jordan got 19th. So good for Triumph. Good day. So but other than that, like not a whole lot going on other than the guys just surviving the heat, which we'll talk about.
That's what it was. Yeah. Who could survive?
Yeah. These poor little boys. I mean, they're not boys. Well, some of them are boys, but these poor men. It was so hot. It was so hot. And honestly, like even being at home where it was also like 95 here in Texas, because God bless Katie's here in 4 days.
Yay.
Be prepared. It's so hot. It's miserable. I'm like, this is when I start to question my life choices and be like, why do we live here? So I don't know that like taking off the extra 5 minutes at the end was like a huge deal. Obviously anything is better than nothing, but I'm a little bit ragey towards whatever governing body, if it's the AMA, if it's MX Sports, if it's whatever, like they should have looked at the weather and made that call. Like that was dangerous. I would have been totally fine with like 2 15-minute motos. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I agree. It gets unsafe at a point, and safety is the most important. So, yeah, maybe 20 for both motos instead of 25.
Yeah.
I mean, the laps are so long. So,
yeah. Well, and I just think about like, I mean, heat stroke, like that's a real thing. And like you can do like irreparable damage to your brain in that type of atmosphere. And then like you're inside a helmet, you're on a hot bike, you've got a lot of gear on. I mean, unless you cut your sleeves off like AP, we're going to get to AP. I would literally, I commented this somewhere, I would give my second born to have that jersey with the cutoff sleeves. Like, of course it's the second born. It's not the first born. It's the second born. I'd give her up in a heartbeat. But yeah, the heat, I'm just like, can we not... I mean, I get it. It's money. There's so much money wrapped up into it. You can't, look a week out and be like, no, we're going to cancel a pro national because it's too dang hot. But I don't know. I heard from a number of different camps that they were like, yeah, even with the ice bath, like they weren't doing anything. They were lukewarm by the end of it. And, I don't know. Maybe we should ask JT how he felt in the ice bath, but
that was so funny. Like he was full commitment.
He was
going in that ice bath. No one else would have done that. I love JT.
No.
So
Me too.
I give him all the props for doing that because no one else really would have.
No, I love it. I was talking to Tati, our lovely friend Tati at Honda, and it was inside the Honda tent. And so
that's right.
She was like, yeah, I just came into the tent, and JT with like the whole film crew was like posted up, fully submerged in one of our pods.
But like, did he pack swim trunks from Idaho?
No, I don't think so. I think he's just. I should go back.
Did
and
he
look,
go in his underwear, his chonies?
Now I'm very curious. Like, I'm like, he was definitely like submerged.
Yeah, because it looks like he just had his own swim trunks on. I was like, was this planned? Did he pack a pair of swim trunks? Did he borrow jets? Like, what happened?
I don't know. I feel like he's just like, hey, I'm gonna die, and you're gonna send me back out there on the race course. Like, I'm gonna have to dunk myself before I go back there. I don't know.
Yeah, I can't wait to listen to Steve talk to him about it on Pulp because they fight like an old married couple. So I can't wait.
They really do. I'm so excited for that. That's going to be the best. But I really hope he asks him, like, did you plan for that? Like, how did that conversation go? Like, did, whoever, the production crew, Bondo, all them, are they like, hey, spur of the moment, we're going to put you in a tub on national television. Like, go. I just can't even imagine. I mean, luckily, like, homeboy is jacked. Like,
yeah.
It's not.
He's ripped.
He is ripped. He shared a video earlier in the day from like his trainer or his gym or whatever, and I'm just like, good God, he has got the sleeves of that poor polo like working overtime. So it wouldn't be as fun as like if I got in a tub and I've got a shirt like saran wrapped to me on national television, I would die. I would no. I'd be like, absolutely not. You could not pay me enough. But JT being there, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, he rocked it. It was good.
It was.
It's funny.
And honestly, like I had a couple of people because I shared it like on my personal profile, like my non-moto one, and people were like, "This is commitment." I'm like, "Right, that's commitment to the craft of broadcasting." So I'm here for that. But so anywho, we got way sidetracked on JT. Sorry about that. 250s. I'm glad they all survived. Okay, thanks. Bye.
Yeah. They Deegan's throat was, I guess, closing up. I think something happened with Kitchen too. So it's just it gets to the point where it's just not safe.
Yeah, there's a picture of Kitchen with like, I don't know which orifice it's coming out of, nose, mouth, I don't know, but something's coming out of it. And I just like, I had to sideswipe. I'm like, I can't look at this. Like normally, I think I said this last week, but if not, I'll say it again. I love the pictures, preferably black and white, of the riders taking off their helmets when they come off the track.
Yes.
Like, so much so that I've made a whole highlight of it on our profile. Like, I love it. It's so gnarly. But I could not do that this week. Like, I still did it, but I did not enjoy them like I normally do because every time I saw them, I was like scared for them. Like, it wasn't like, oh, they're so gnarly. It's like, how's your brain? Like, are you cooked? Like, as the youth say, literally, are you cooked though? Like, ugh, it's scary. So we'll get off that high horse. We will stop.
Hopefully that's just the last heater of the season. Like, hopefully it's just normal temps from here on out or better than that.
I mean, I feel like there's some weird ones that sneak in that can get hot later in the year,
Yeah, they usually do, but hopefully not that bad. I feel like they've been lucky the last few years avoiding mutters and really like over 100-degree weather. Yeah. But I'd be okay with a mutter right now to maybe shake up some points that Eli can get back, but we'll get there.
We will get there. So let's go there. Let's go 450s. What'd you think about Moto 1? Right out the gate.
Oh my gosh. Well, okay, my new thing that helps me calm my nerves is I walk away. You'll see it this Saturday when we watch Thunder Valley. I will walk away on the start. Like, I can't watch it. And I'll peek around the corner and I'll be like, is Eli okay? And Derek will either say, he's fine, get over here. Or he'll say, I'm not telling you, just sit down. Like, you're ridiculous.
Oh, gosh.
But no one was home with me. So I was kind of like, okay, I'm going to go like change laundry while the start is going. So I can just come back and be like, oh, okay, he's third. Yay. Yeah. And it helps. It kind of helps my anxiety. I don't want to say anxiety, but my nerves. Like, I just get so anxious.
That's how I
feel. And that was so exciting. I was so torn because I love AP. I want him to, that would have been his first one. Like,
I know.
I think I was
I
so
know.
torn because it could have been his first one. You know, he doesn't have a lot or any. But I wanted Eli to win because, you know, he hasn't won in a long time. You know,
1,001 days. What was it?
Yeah. I'm tired of all the Jet undefeated talk. So
Yep. What was it?
He needs to catch up in points. So championship wise, and for Eli's confidence, I really wanted him to win. So
yeah.
That was so exciting. It was such a good race. My cousin Jason actually called me and he's like, I just called to get your reaction. And I was just, I answered the phone like, let's go.
I love that.
Like, and then, cause my Nana, my grandma, she lives with us. I'm like, she probably thinks like, what is going on? Like,
she should know by now. She should know.
I was so excited.
Gosh.
What about you?
Well, I just realized I'm a big dumb idiot, and I was looking at the race results from Paula, and so I was like, why? Like, as I was sitting here, I'm like, Jordan Smith he did well this week. Like, his second moto, I knew he was top 10, so I misspoke. Jordan Smith went 11-6 for 6 overall, and Mikkel Harup from Denmark right behind him. So Triumph went 6 and 7. So good job, Triumph. And then Forky was in 16th with a 15-14. I always hate that when you go 15-14, but you get 16th. I'm like, that's a bummer, but you know, that's scoring for you. So here we are. Moto 1, for 450s, I was dying. I don't know if I said it here or if I said it somewhere else, but I was like, Aaron's going to get one. He's going to get one. He's had good starts. He's gotten in there with Jet. You know, him and Jet get along. If you saw like the post-race presser, they were so cute. Like both of them were just so gutted. I mean, just
like
drained,
in love with each other.
But they're so cute. Oh my gosh. Like, I really do feel like Jet is like everyone's little brother. Like, he's big little brother energy.
I was just about to say that because he even gets Eli a little loose and smiling and talking.
Yep.
It's like the annoying little brother that won't go away.
Yeah, but it's like different from like Hayden little brother energy. Like, I'm like,
it's like
different,
adorable little brother energy, I guess.
Yeah. So I was ready for Aaron to just win the whole thing. I mean, the whole moto. Getting an overall is going to be a stretch for Aaron, but I definitely think he can get a podium win. And so, when I could not figure out what was going on in those last couple laps. Now we know, and I don't know if he's like covering for his mechanic and whatever was written on the pit board. I truly think that his brain was on another planet when he was trying to figure out what lap he was on. I mean, so I don't know if it was, Ian Harrison said this in a post-race interview with, I think, Lewis, saying that when the mechanic area is before the finish line, it throws the riders off, that oftentimes it's after the finish line or clearly after the finish line. And so if your pit board says, this made sense to me because I went on Instagram and I was like, I don't understand. What is AP talking about? So they're saying if it's before the finish line and his mechanic had said 4 laps left and AP is exhausted, his brain is fried, and you're not thinking and you're racing, your heart rate's up, he's thinking, okay, it's 4 laps and then I'm hitting the finish line. Does that mean now it's 4 laps or does now that mean it's 3 laps? So I think it probably was a combination of things. I can't fault him for it, but you definitely saw AP sprinting and then blow up, and that's when Eli came in and was just like, shoop, nope, mine.
Yeah it was exciting. Did you see Ian Harrison walk up to Eli and shake his hand?
No,
after the podium.
Oh,
I think
do
that
like that.
says something.
Yeah.
He deliberately went out of his way and went and shook Eli's hand.
Oh, I like that.
So I think that's saying something. Also, side note, so I have my Eli Tomac bike on my mantle in our house. And my uncle, he at my dad's party yesterday, he went and changed all the graphics to KTM. Like, he took the time and cut out construction paper and had KTM on it.
The commitment level. Wait, hold on. So we're going to go way sideways on this. Still blue plastics?
Yeah, he kind of just like wrote KTM on white paper. He didn't commit to like find orange paper because, you know. But what's funny is when Cooper Webb went to Yamaha, Yamaha, he did the same thing. He like will take my Eli Tomac bike and do things with it. And
oh my gosh.
Give it to me. That's
so funny. I need it. So we had... do we talk about the wedding cake on here? I've told you this. You've seen our wedding cake, but so I wanted to find a Dungy toy to be on my husband's groom cake, which was a starting gate, and it was spraying up the side of the wedding cake. Couldn't Couldn't find a Dungey toy like at all. This is in what year did I get married? 2013. My husband, my sweet husband, he's so funny. He's different from your husband. And like both of our husbands are cheering us on. My husband's like, I know everything you do is great. I don't need to listen to everything. Like, it's great. I hear you record. You're funny. Moving on. Like, so he's probably not going to listen to this. But I couldn't find Dungey for our cake. And so I settled, gasp, for Chad Reed.
Oh,
So I need to go find Chad Reed. I think he's actually in our Christmas box. I think now we put Chad on our Christmas tree, like on his bike. And it still has icing on it from like 13 years ago. So, how did we get there? Where did that rabbit hole go? Eli,
because I think because Ian walked up to Eli and shook his hand, so I thought it was a little inkling that maybe he is going to KTM.
I am getting more and more on that train, you know. So I'm gonna break out my old orange stuff, which was from the Dungey Roxanne Mooscan days. Like that I've said it before and I'll say it again. That was like the best of my moto love years was, you know, those two guys on each coast and Dungey leading the train. So, but now we got Aaron. We know we've got Aaron. Did Aaron sign a 2-year deal with KTM?
I think it's just 1 year.
I feel like it's 1 year too. So I had a thought. You're not an F1 fan like I am, or as much. I mean, you have an awareness of F1, but Daniel Ricciardo, love me some Danny Rick. So also he posted some video with like Axel Hodges and X Games posted it or whatever. And he used to have a Honda 150, the big wheel, which is what I have. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like Daniel Ricciardo and me have the same bike. I love it. But he also goes on record saying like he's scared of the big bikes. And I'm like, I don't blame him. Like they're freaking rocket ships. So he posted that and it got me thinking. I was like, AP is the Danny Rick of Moto. He is probably not going to win a championship. Although this is the best I think he's ever been. I think Ian said that in his interview that like this is peak Aaron. Like it's, you know, and it's great. I'm like, get all the cheddar you can. Be healthy next year. But he is the best branding, personality, marketing, whatever hire. So Daniel Ricciardo hasn't won a race since Monaco in like 2018, and he doesn't have a ride this year. Katie, you're just like, yes, I know nothing about what you're talking about. Like, so stick with me if you're not.
No, but I like learning because I like Max Verstappen. That's all I know.
Oh yeah,
I think he's cute. That's literally the only reason.
That's a very divisive pick right now, but it's, you know, hey, okay, it's Red Bull. We can go on with that. So, AP and Danny, you just love them. Like they are personality hires. Nobody can say anything bad about them. I mean, the more I saw AP in interviews and after his podium interview, like someone wanted to pour him a beer and he's like, man, I can't, I'm going to barf if you pour that in my mouth. And then after that, being like, he took off his hat and then took his goggles over to some kid. Like clearly like, I want to get out of here. I want to get in the shade. I'm just like, I love that. So much like Daniel Ricciardo, branding pays big. Like Danny was at the races for years after 2018. I mean, he's got all kinds of side hustles, but it connects with the human. And I think that's what makes you care about somebody. I mean, DMXS has said it for years. They're like, we don't care about the rider, we care about what's under the helmet. And I'm like, that I feel that in my core. And so if you can keep an AP like a Danny Rick, it is going to pay off in, you know, just dividends because everybody loves him. He's a human. He's bringing light and joy, and you know, both of them have kick-ass smiles, you know? So that's my rant.
No, it really pays off when someone is just genuinely themselves, and it's sad how refreshing it is to come across those people that are just grounded and they're not egotistical, they're not condescending. You know, it's just that's why we love AP so much, because it's just something you don't come across that often.
Yeah.
And when it does, you got to soak it all up.
Yep, I agree. When he was at the post-race presser, when Jet was doing his like champagne spray, apparently like everybody charged him and like one of the barricades like fell over on a little girl. And like AP was like really like worried about her, and then he like doubled down on it and he was like, I couldn't do anything, you know, because I was on my interview, but I was like, that's so sweet. Like, I just love that, you know? So yeah, he's a good one. He's gonna get a moto win. Like it's gonna happen. I can feel it. So Jet goes 3-1 for first. Jet made me a little curious. I don't think that the Honda boys are as happy with their bikes right now as they could be. I think that's probably no surprise. But when he said he just sat back and chilled in third, that seemed weird to me. Did you pick up on that?
Yeah, I have that in my notes.
Yeah.
I didn't like it. I kind of was like, no, Eli and AP beat you straight up.
Yeah. Oh, that's the way you took it. Interesting. I took it as like he was like he didn't want to charge. Like he was like, I'm gonna stay back here because I'm not confident in my bike, and I'm gonna not make a charge, which he always does. He always makes a charge. He always finds a way. So I'm like, you've got to be real unhappy with your bike setup and not test it or not push it.
Yeah, but see, I text you and I said I'm not going to be surprised if he goes and waxes everyone the second moto, and he did
exactly what he did.
So it's just like, was he saving energy? I don't know, but.
Dude,
and then he almost,
that was a weird one.
Yeah, because he did seem upset in the podium interview, first moto. He wasn't really his like goofy self.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I just knew the second moto was going to be different.
Yeah. Moto 2. Yep. So first place, Jet. Second place, Jay Coop, which I also think Jay Coop's, he's going to get one too. I said it at the end of Supercross. Like he is riding so well. And then AP, getting third. Those guys, I don't even have words. Like the respect and the gnarliness and just surviving all that, like it's just incredible. So I wish the off week was this week so they could hydrate and like recover.
That's so true.
I was talking to a lot of people who were there, either like team support or things like that. And I'm just like, how do you bounce back from this where you got to get back at it, in 28 hours? Like it's so gnarly.
Yeah. I mean, they all have like Olympic trained bodies. Mm-hmm. They take all the proper nutrition. They take all the proper supplements, electrolytes, so I feel like if anyone's body can handle this crazy heat, it's theirs.
Yeah. That's wild. It's another planet.
When Eli's pouring water on himself when he's on camera, it's hot.
That was beautiful. Thank you, whoever had that camera. I don't know who it was, but like, thank you. Like from all the female moto fans, thank you.
Yeah.
I can't even tell you how many times I got sent that video. People like, did you see this? And I'm like, did I see this? Are you joking? Like I've already printed it out and like, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. I was the drool emoji. Like,
yeah. What a G. Like what a G. But oh my gosh.
I also love when his hair kind of spikes up.
Yeah.
So hot.
You know whose hair does not look good after a moto? Jet Lawrence. Like here we are saying I don't want to be mean about people's body, but I'm going to comment on this hairline. Jet is a handsome young man and he is rich he is talented as all get out on a bike. His girlfriend is hot. I mean, everything. Homeboy has a terrible hairline, like male pattern baldness, Dazzy, it's coming. Like he can't avoid it. It is there. And you know what cracks me up is like, I was like, I don't think Hunter and Tate, like their other brother, I don't see it as bad. So Jet just got all the bad hair genes. So there's,
and it's
there's
curly.
Yeah, it's curly and frizzy.
It's like perm.
And
he went and got a perm.
I would not be surprised. You could tell me that in the cut in the eyebrow last year, like you could tell me that. I don't understand it. I think maybe it shows our elder millennialness, but I don't understand it.
It shows our age because I mean I teach high school and a lot of kids have that slit in the eyebrows.
I don't get it. What's the point? What?
I mean, where I taught, it was a sign that they were in a gang, but I don't. Jet's not in a gang. Like he's clearly doing it for just style, I guess. But that's how we kind of knew where my last school I taught at.
He's in a Honda gang.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. I was trying to remember. I feel like I took a screenshot. I'm looking through my phone. A screenshot of Marchbanks with the Seth Hamaker graphic on the bottom.
Oh, what yeah. The sexy caveman.
The sexy caveman. Oh, my gosh. Again, people, the girlies who we've made friends with on Instagram were all like, would never have thought it was Marchbanks from the title.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about him. I just find it's maybe the mystery. Like Eli's so mystery. So Garrett Marchbanks is a little mystery to me. I don't know.
Honestly, like in the year of our Lord 2025, I kind of like a little mystery, and it's funny I'm saying this as like someone who's just a fan of the sport but also wants to know everything. but at the same time, I'm like, I want to have questions. I want to know what you're thinking. I want to know what your home life is about, and where we live in this age of just like constant inundation of information and Insta bangers and all that. I'm like, I kind of want to have some mystery, maybe not as much mystery as the Tomac camp. I'd like to know a little bit more about Tomac camp.
Yeah. Like I want to know, does he cook? What does he make? Does he make for breakfast? Like I just like, because Ken Roxon is always showing his steak and avocado.
That's 100% Courtney.
I'm like, well, I want to know what Eli eats.
Yeah, that's fascinating. AP was eating something on the podium and I was trying to figure out what it was, but that's another thing where I'm like, so the OEMs, and the truck drivers are the OGs. Oh my gosh, they do the most. Like they're driving the truck at all hours of the night. They're setting up those big tents. They're cooking. They're grilling. And so I know a lot of like the food stuff is coordinated for the factory level teams, but then like some of these privateers and that I've made friends with and talking to, wives and girlfriends and support and all that, like food is such a huge deal and such a huge stressor. Like, oh my gosh. Like, so I've shared, I'm not feeling great this week. I'm detoxing this medicine that I'm on, going through withdrawals. It's not fun. And I'm like, the last thing I want to think about is like nourishing my body. I cannot imagine having to be a high caliber athlete that is mobile. It's not like you're in the NFL and like you have your locker and your stadium and that's where you go. But you have to like think about this food, think about how you're going to cook it, think about how you're going to like when you're going to eat it, what your body's going to react to, what you're going to need. Like I could go down a whole rabbit hole of that, but yeah, food.
Yeah, even their sleep schedule, like they need to get a good night's sleep and the different time zones. And what if the baby's up all night? Like
I could get stuck on the baby thing forever. Like oh my gosh, the riders that I say choose. I mean, I feel like some of them maybe they didn't choose to get pregnant. I'm sure there's a few that, like, oh shoot, we got pregnant and I'm going to have a baby like right in the middle of April or something. But God, that is so gnarly. Like my freaking 4-year-old is still coming into my room in the middle of the night. Like, and I'm not riding around a dirt rocket and I'm mad.
Yeah, no, seriously.
Yeah. That's another one that just blows my mind. I want to ask every single dad on the gate, like how you deal with sleep. Cause I'm like, okay, let's look at it. AP, dad, Eli, dad, Cooper, dad, RJ, dad, Jason, dad. Got to skip down. Joey, dad. I was like, Malcolm does not have a baby.
And even the ones, Eli, they all have their own motorhomes. So, they have a comfortable mattress. They kind of know what they're getting into. But the ones that go stay in hotels, what if the bed's uncomfortable?
Well, I think about even the motorhome, like it's great. And I mean, this is so creepy. Like even Eli's because I've been in it. It's so creepy. But it's like the bunk beds are right next to like mom and dad's room. So, I mean, yeah, you can zip them up and like put a white noise machine in it or whatever. But like you're still in the same like 200 square feet, That's sleep is there's no you can't fake it, you can't bank sleep and be like, oh, I didn't sleep for 4 days, now I'm gonna sleep 10 days. Like it just doesn't work that way. And it's so integral to your health. Like, and I'm preaching to the choir right now because my sleep has been crap with this medicine. So I'm like, I just I can't wrap my brain around having crappy sleep and doing what these guys do.
Because if I don't get 8 hours of sleep, like don't even look at me.
No, really. I
don't look at me before I had my coffee, and don't look at me if I haven't had 8 hours.
Yep. I know, it's so funny. I have one of my best friends is single and hasn't had kids yet, but very much wants kids. And so she's like, I just don't know how you do it. Like when I have a baby, like that baby is going to sleep 8 hours or I'm not going to be functional. And I was like, well, you better marry somebody rich and get you a night nanny.
Good luck. Yeah. I would say that was the hardest part, was losing out on the sleep.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. We need to do a whole episode on like our postpartum journeys, like not postpartum depression, but postpartum, like after having a baby, because I think about, I even talking to Brady about it, like you're not sleeping, you are trying to be a normal human, your body's producing milk or not. And you're like, I don't know what's going on. Like my hormones just fell off a cliff. So, and also at the same time, if you're a rider wife, like you're looking to your man to support you in that. And they're like, hey, no, I have to go pay the bills by riding said rocket ship. Like that feels very, very stressful to me.
Very.
I'm not jealous of
that. No.
Oh, goodness. Especially like the women, like I was thinking, looking at this list, like Joey Savacci's wife has like her own like med spa clinic, the Haute Injector. I love that name, like such as Botox and all kinds of fun things. I'm like, what a freaking boss. But I'm like, okay, so she's got her own career. Joey's got a career. They've got 2 kids. Like, how do you juggle all that? How do you do that? I'm just like, my mind is blown. And so many of these, I'm looking at this top list, like all of these women are in the trenches with their men. Like I would like to think that, most of these are somewhat healthy marriages. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. Some of them are probably weird, but you know, how do you juggle all that and then go to a race like Hangtown this weekend and just be like, cool, we're going to survive and not die, you know, and have our kids there. Like Cooper Webb had both of the girls there, like babies. So it's just,
No, my hat is off to them because, and then along with if we get anxiety watching it, imagine being married to the guy, you know, like just the knots in your stomach all day, the nerves, the butterflies.
I could not. No,
my hat is off to them. It takes a special kind of human. It
really does. So yeah, hats off to the Moto wives and not even the wives, just the support women that were there. I mean, one of the Monster Girls, I can't remember who it was, posted the video of the snake on the hood of the car. Did you see that? I think I shared it. This is like a snake chilling on the top of a roof of a truck.
That's my worst fear is snakes.
Is it really?
Yes.
Well, we live on a creek, so you'll have your head on a swivel next time you're here because they are out in our neighborhood for sure.
Oh yeah, we get them every year because we're in property in the mountains, so we get snakes every year. I just learned to avoid them. Yeah,
I'd take a snake over a tarantula. Texas has tarantulas, and I'm like, like huge, like dinner plate sized tarantulas. I'm just like, why do you exist?
Ugh.
That's one of those things where I'm like, if you are a believer in Christianity, which we're not going to go into religion, but if you believe that Noah's Ark was a thing, like let's just say it's like, you know, Sunday school, we're in first grade. If Noah's Ark is a thing, why couldn't Noah have killed those two tarantulas? Like, do we need them? I'm sure they're part of some ecosphere somewhere. I get it. But if you believed that we started over as a planet after Noah's Ark, like why could you not squish the tarantulas? How did we get there? Oh my gosh. Squish the tarantulas.
450 Moto 2. Eli. That start was crazy. See, I didn't watch the start. I didn't watch the start because I get nervous, right? So I walked away and I came back and saw he was in basically 23rd? Last. Yeah. Gosh. And I was like, what happened? Yeah. No. And then they did the replay and I was like, oh, that's what. Yeah.
I don't know. I missed the replay. What happened? I couldn't figure it out. I saw the second fall. We can talk about the second fall, but not the second fall, but the second issue. So what happened off the start?
He was next to a privateer and Eli was kind of sleeping. Like, I don't think he got the instant jump. He waited a second, but the privateer came over on him and knocked him more sideways.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just the perfect storm, I guess. You know, Eli kind of, he didn't flinch, but when Derek watched it, he goes, why was Eli asleep? But then I saw this other video where he said Eli can kind of sense the guy was going to go sideways. So that's why he was kind of trying to hold back a little bit. But then the guy just came over on him.
I believe that. I could see that.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And he charged really good. I mean, I think if he didn't crash, he would have for sure podiumed.
Yeah, that was going to be a question. So if he doesn't crash the second time, where does he end up?
I think third. Yeah, because of the cut time, I think he would have made it to third for sure.
Yeah, I could see that. So he ends up going 1-9 for fourth overall. I mean, he's not out of it. He's definitely not out of it.
No, he was down, 19 points at Paula in 2022? Because usually he has a bad first round, but he didn't at Paula. Yeah. So hopefully this is just his one bad round that he randomly has.
And honestly, if we're starting the season listen to us, we meaning the Tomac camp, if he's starting out this strong, it's a good sign. That's definitely good. So
yeah.
I ain't mad about it. That's for sure.
And he's okay. My cousin scared me because he goes, oh, he might have broke his collarbone. So he scared me, but no, he's fine. No. Eli posted on Instagram, so that's when we know everything's okay. He said, see ya at Thunder Valley. So I can be calm the rest of the week.
Home race that's 6 hours away, but home race.
Right? Yeah.
I always love when they say Arlington is the home race for any Texas rider. I'm like, do you know how big the state of Texas is? I get it. I do. But you could drive 8 hours. When we lived in Austin for 15 years. You could drive 8 hours from Austin. And you're still in Texas. It's so big.
It seems that way. Yeah.
But we don't there's not a ton of riders from Texas. I mean, John Short, Grant Harlan. We're going to talk about Grant Harlan. Grant had a bad wreck. Master Pools are in Texas. I feel like I'm missing somebody who's obvious that's in Texas.
I know, right?
There's a bunch of other. Well, Josh Cartwright. Love me some Josh Cartwright, but he's not here this summer. So, anyhow, 450s, other stuff. Grant Harlan. So, love me some Mina. Mina is Grant's girlfriend, and Grant had a bad wreck yesterday. Still do not have footage of it. So if you are listening to this and you were there and you have footage of Grant's wreck, please send it to me so I can send it to Mina, because we all have morbid curiosity about what happened. My husband wrecked at a skate park and tucked a BMX handlebar into his liver and kidney and lacerated it and had to go to the hospital. This is so fun. This is when I was pregnant. It was great fun, let me tell you.
Oh,
and
no.
The first thing my husband does when he gets out of the hospital, he's in the hospital for like a week, is he emails the city to be like, do you have security cameras? Which of course they did. He's like, I want to see the wreck. So if you have footage of Grant's wreck, please send it my way so I can pass it on to Mina, because this is what our guys do. They need to see what happened. So they did go to the hospital. He's got 4 to 6 fractured ribs going on. There was some internal bleeding, but they've since been discharged, and just hate to see it.
Yeah.
Margot, my daughter, the 4-year-old, soon to be 5-year-old, loves Grant even before I connected with Mina, because he has red hair and she has red hair. So she was like, I want to send him a message. I want to say good luck, Grant. And then Margot went off and did something else. And she came back. She goes, where's Grant? And I was like, I'm not telling her.
Oh no, that's so sad.
But you know, the good thing about 4-year-olds is they have like the memory of a goldfish. So she'll probably ask me in like 2 weeks, like, where's my friend Grant? So we hope that Grant heals up quickly and is able to come back. And just not fun when you're, this is what's paying your bills, and that happens. It just sucks. It sucks all the way around. So let's see other things in the 450 class. I feel like there was nothing really to write home about a number of riders. Like I feel like Hunter Lawrence, he went 5-4 for 5th. Cooper Webb, he went 7-7 for 6th. Hey, that's one of those in reverse where you went 7-7. You got a better place finish. RJ, don't sleep on RJ, 6-8 for 7th
he's
overall.
done incredible. I'm so proud of him. He's doing really well.
Like, why did we doubt him? Like, I don't know. He hits the ground hard. We get it. But
he came out in Daytona and won the heat his first time on a 450.
Exactly.
So yeah, we shouldn't be surprised.
You took the words right out of my mouth. Like him and who else did that? Justin Hill. Justin Hill did that, right? He came out. Was he on a 450 when he did that? He was a 250, and then he came out on a 450. Anyhow.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why people were sleeping on RJ, but like solid ride for him. It's the top Husky bike, so good job. Other Husky bike being Malcolm. Malcolm went 8-10 for 10th overall. Jason Anderson went 9-6 for 8 overall. Which I know I shared a picture of Jason and Kenzie, his wife, being so freaking cute. I think it was like one of the chiropractors or doctors or something like that, and they took a picture of them. And she's like sitting in his lap and being all adorable. And I'm like, oh, this is the Moto wife energy I'm here for.
That's so cute. Yeah.
I know. I loved it. And then Siggy like emptying out his wallet in the next one. And I was like, oh, there you go. That's girl dad life, taking that credit card. She's not even 2 years old. So that was cute. But yeah, overall.
Oh, Jet almost tripping.
Jet almost tripping. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine how the memes would explode? The memes would be memeing.
He would have broke the internet with that one.
He really almost ate it bad. And he like, was that after Moto 2 or Moto 1?
I think it was after Moto 1.
Yeah, because I remember it was pretty. He'd done an interview. It was pretty low energy, and he was going back to like the mule or whatever. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, you are about to become a meme everywhere. Like Supercross Voices is gonna be on it. But he did give the meme world a gift in that in the post race conference he said, "Blow your load," which I was like. Paging SMX come. I hate even saying that word, but I was like, he's gonna clip it. I was like, I might as well just tag him in it. And sure enough, like an hour later, it was up there. I was like, dang, that dude's on it. So whoever you are that runs SMX come, like you got a gift from Jet. So, overall,
that's funny.
It was a good weekend. We have lots to talk about, but leaving it, I'm kind of like meh on whoever made the decision to make the races that long still. Like, I'm like, we need to have somebody who's checking the weather and the heat index and having some kind of adjustment plan.
For sure, yeah. I'm actually going to check the weather for Thunder Valley while it's on my mind.
Oh, you know what? I said on record that I had never been to any of the pro national treks. I've been to Thunder Valley, just not for a pro national. So we went to. It's so small. Like, I don't know if that's what you were going to say, but when I went there, I was like, I feel like it's usually the other way around. Like Prado or somebody said, no, maybe it was Mikael Harrop, said that like when he got there, the track was so much bigger than it looked like on TV. I feel like Thunder Valley was the other way around for me. Like I was like, oh, it's not that big. Not to say it's not gnarly as hell, but not as big as I thought.
When we went to Denver in 23, we actually stayed right next to Thunder Valley without realizing it. We stayed about 45 minutes from Denver. And I mean, I've been to Thunder Valley in 2008, but I mean, I was in high school. I don't really remember, but yeah, it's just randomly on the side of the freeway, emerald green mountains. It's like really pretty,
off the highway.
But it's just like, oh, there's a racetrack. Oh, that's Thunder Valley. Like it's so small. Yeah, I'm like, where do the people park?
Yep.
Okay, you ready for the weather Saturday?
Yeah, lay it on me.
Well, it's raining there all week and thunderstorming. And then Saturday right now it's 79, cloudy with 19% chance of rain.
I mean, that's not bad, but does that mean like what's the prep going to look like if it's raining all week, you know?
Yeah, that's what
I saw something somewhere where they were saying like one of the meme pages is like take a shot next weekend for every time that altitude or elevation is said. I was like, excuse me, sir, you're going to be arrested for attempted murder because that's all we're going to hear this weekend is altitude. The star bikes they can pull and like that's all we're going to hear every time we go to Colorado. That's all we talk about is elevation. Yeah, and like we get
everyone's so excited that it's Eli's home race quotations, but he hasn't had the best results there, so I'm a little nervous.
Yeah.
But he also didn't have the best results at Paula. So it's just, honestly, I'm learning statistics don't really like hold a lot of weight because the worst Eli did at Hangtown was a 4th and then he just got 9th. So yeah, it's like we have to take it with a grain of salt. Like,
no, it's true.
It's helpful, but we have to think positive.
There you go. I'm not.
There, I talked myself off the cliff on that one.
There you go. You are much more of an optimist than I am. I'm a pessimist. I'm like, here's 8,000 ways things can go wrong, and go sideways. Like, I am like, I hate everyone. Everyone is terrible. No, I'm kidding. I love human beings.
Think like, I mean, I worry a lot, but I always try to think like, if I worry about it and then it happens, that just means I had to worry about it twice.
I like say that again. Say it again. I want to absorb it.
Okay. If you have to worry about something and then, it actually happens, then you're just thinking about it twice.
I like that.
Or you're worrying about it twice.
I can get behind that because in my 9 to 5, I basically help support a creative, like a marketing department, and I build systems to like help people do their job better, to like let creatives be creatives. And so everything in my job is basically about optimization and speed and efficiency and usage rates and all that. So I'm like, I like that. Like maybe I won't spend the extra energy on it. I mean, even if it's moto, I do tend to spiral about moto though. Like I do think the worst.
Oh, so I do too. Like I probably need to take my own advice with that, but it's just, I try to refrain because I hate feeling sad or down. Like I just try to think positive.
Yeah.
Because also the things you worry about the most, like, don't really end up happening. So,
yeah. That's why I journal, man, where I like just word vomit my thoughts. And I'm like, and I look back at them 6 months later. I'm like, oh, 6 months ago, Aly was crazy. Like, because I'm like, I need to remember like what I was saying. And then I go back and look at it. And I'm like, oh gosh, like, okay, we're good.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same with work, like I always tell myself at work, this is just a random tangent, but I'm like, I'm saving PDFs, not saving lives. So at the end of the day, it's really not that serious.
No,
yes,
so
I
true.
put my all into my job. I love teaching the kids, but on the grand scheme of things, it's really not that bad.
Yeah. No, I hear you. Same thing with dirt bikes. And I think that's why a lot of guys struggle so much when they retire and they're just like, what do I do? Because like my entire life, my entire identity, every last bit of me was this. And now like, I don't know what to do. I mean, like J Mart said that. He was like, retirement was hard.
He went to UPS.
He was UPS,
delivering,
that's right.
He was delivering Christmas packages.
Which like, honestly, if I had seen like little J Mart like running up to my door during the Christmas season, first of all, I'd like poop a brick. We're not saying the S word here anymore. We're trying not to. But like, good on him that he's running around, you know, like burning off energy. Like, good on you. This is probably good cross training.
Well, what's funny is like today's my dad's first day of not going to work.
Mm-hmm.
And so he came over in the morning. He like kind of helped me clean up the party. And he's like, all right, I'm going to go ride.
Oh,
so he
I
went
love
back
that.
home, and his friend that is also out of work right now, they're going to go ride together.
Aw,
And I'm like, yeah, that's what you do in retirement. Like,
I love
you just
that.
go do what you love.
Good
That's the
job,
whole
Dad.
point.
That's the best.
Yeah.
My dad, funny story. My dad retired on March 1st, 2020. And 2 weeks later, the world shut down.
Really?
Yeah. Is
That's
that not the
crazy.
craziest timing? My dad literally took this job at right out of college. He was in insurance, and you know, which also like trying to explain to my dad, who's a boomer, that like people don't stay at companies for 35 years anymore is like the most pointless conversation. He's like, Aly, you need to stay, and da-da-da. And I'm like, Dad, that's just, nobody stays anymore. I mean, I've been at this job for 4 years. I freaking love it. I don't want to go anywhere, but I'm like, can I see myself here for 35 years? I'm probably not, but anyhow. So yeah, my dad is a big game hunter. When you come over and you can see their house, it's like a dead zoo. There's lots of dead animals. And he's also a big hiker. He's hiking the Appalachian Trail in stints. He wants to hike the Pacific Coast Trail. He's in Wales right now, hiking through like what looks like where The Hobbit was filmed, even though I know The Hobbit was in New Zealand. But yeah, the world shut down, and he couldn't do anything. But what's really funny about that is he tried to like get into moto, and he only knew like Eli, you know, and Dungy. And for a long time, he'd asked me how Dungy did, and I'm like, Dad, he's been gone. So when Dungy came back, my dad cared for like a hot second that summer. But yeah, unfortunate timing of retirement. But
oh, that's okay. My 84-year-old grandma still asks, "Is Ranky Carmichael there?" I'm like,
yes,
Nana.
Unfortunately,
I mean,
but
in another position, I guess. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Hey, let's speak to the broadcast. Weege and James are killing it. Like,
Killing it.
Love it.
Yeah.
So good.
James, he cracks me up when he was like, time to buy baby a new crib. Like when he says things relating to their kids. It's funny because it's so relatable.
What did he call when he had his podcast? He called Ando's daughter not Siggy because he could never remember that. He called her like little Sheila. Is that what he called her? Little Sheila? Little something like that. Like his nicknames are the best. Like German chocolate for Kenny. And oh my gosh.
I love when he's like, daddy has to go buy diapers.
Yeah.
Like he's so funny.
For real. He's a dad. He knows. So we will give credit where credit's due. I think Weege and James are just chef's kiss. So they're great.
Yeah, Jason Y gets like one of those good guys. Like you can just know he's a good guy. Like no one has anything bad to say about him.
Yeah. Well, and like people, you know, people's one complaint about Weege during Supercross is that he gets a little screamy, gets a little
too
yelly.
Excited. Yeah.
But I'm like, that's because he loves it, you know? Like there are other commentators. I will not name names, but we were watching the Netflix documentary about NASCAR, and he is also a commentator there, and he's so painful to listen to. He's so painful. And it's just like the heart isn't there, you know? I just don't feel it. And with James, I'm like, okay, he's the fastest man alive, but also like his technical breakdown of what's going on. We're not gearheads, Katie and I. Should come as no shock to anybody. But the things that he sees and the way that he breaks things down, like he was talking about like Jet's shock in Moto 1 and was saying, I was like, what are you even talking? Like that, I want to know more of that because I know nothing. But he just has such a unique angle and perspective on it. And the fact that like Malcolm's still racing and like, God, him being in the booth when Malcolm got the Tampa win, like, just gave me all the feels. I'm so here for it. So good on you guys, broadcast. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I was talking to somebody who was starting a podcast, not in moto. And they were just like, how do you know what you need to get? And how do you know what you're doing? And I'm like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, if you go back and listen to one of our episodes that I did not press record on the microphone and I recorded it from my iPhone audio and then I cried for 3 days, like, I don't know what I'm doing. But here we are 11 episodes in. We're, you know, grinding away just like Chiz for years. We'll be here doing this 35 years later, just like Chiz.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
That was the best. So anyway, we're recording this on Monday afternoon. Katie and her husband and daughter will be here on Friday. Yay! I'm so excited. It's going to be so fun. So we'll have to get some like live commentary from us. Got the little fancy wireless mics, the one that I put on Margot for her graduation. Did I tell you about that? Miking Margot up for her graduation. Oh my gosh, y'all.
That's cute.
This is for free. So my parents are, you know, in Europe for like 3 weeks, rough life. And it was going to be over Margot's preschool graduation. And so my mom's like, can you FaceTime me? Can you? I'm like, no, there's like 200 people at this thing. So I was like, let me put my wireless mic, my little tiny mic on Margot. And it was so cute. Oh my gosh. Like at one point she's like, where's my dad? Where's my dad? There's my dad. Hey dad. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so cute. So I'm like, oh, every single time we have anything remotely cute, we're putting wireless mics on the kids. So that is what Katie and I will be using when you can join us and listen to our live commentary, probably on Instagram or some way, shape, or form. But we're going to be watching Thunder Valley together in the flesh.
And you get to see me being crazy. Like nervous wreck.
All the nervous energy. So we will be supporting each other. We'll be each other's moto support group. Moto Anonymous. Is that not that should somebody's got that claimed on Instagram, Moto Anonymous. Like I feel like every once in a while I'll see like a fun Instagram handle like having to do with moto, but Moto's Anonymous would be a good one. Somebody we're gonna wrap this up, but this is my last thought. On one of my reels, in a certain camp of fans whom I don't like, commented, Real Housewives of Moto, huh? You don't have any videos of your kids. How are you really a moto mom? I was like, first of all, I think you missed the pun of the name.
Yeah.
That's not what this is about. Second of all, even if I was a moto mom, who cares? Like, why you gotta be so angry? But also, thank you for commenting and keeping me in your algorithm.
Yeah.
Oh, Instagram is a dumpster fire sometimes, but most of the time I love it. So if you follow us on Real Housewives Moto and we have connected, you are seriously the highlight of my week. I so enjoy having these conversations with these women. I send screenshots like to Katie all the time. I'm just like, look at all these women. I love them. They're so
I love
nice.
getting them. I love what you built. I mean, you really built something special.
Oh,
and
thanks.
we're just getting started. So
just getting started. Who is that? What song is that? I'll find it. I was like, I'll use it as it's Pink. Oh, see, also a moto connection. Pink, Carrie Hart, Ricky, RCH. See, it just all comes back to moto. So, but yeah, if you do not give us a follow on Real Housewives of Moto, please do. I commented yesterday that I'm for sure going to come to Vegas. Katie's TBD, but we're working on it. So if you're going to Vegas SMX and you would like to come say hi, I would love you to come say hi and give me a hug and say that you follow along and you're in this weird little niche market of diehard moto females. So please, if you're going to Vegas, like reach out. Also, Vegas hotels are insanely expensive. So if you've got a hookup on an Airbnb, a hotel recommendation, something, like let me know, because good night. They are so expensive.
I'll go look at Airbnbs right now. That might be a good idea.
Yeah.
The rooms on the strip are outrageous.
It's insane. And I'm like, Vegas is not really my scene other than the food. Like, I'm a foodie. I like the food. I like good food. But I'm like, then the racetrack is like way northeast of the city. So I'm like, we don't need to stay in the strip. So it's also September in Vegas. It's going to be so hot. Like, did we learn nothing from today? So.
Yeah, no, I'll go do the research on that. So.
I'm here for that. I'm here for Katie's super sleuth skills and Katie's booking and scheduling and coordinating skills. So as iron sharpens iron, so does Real Housewives of Moto.
Yeah.
All right, cool guys. Well, check in with us next week after we have hung out, all 7 of us together, my family and your fam, and we'll chat some Thunder Valley. Have a good one, Katie.
Yay. Bye.
Bye.